Labor to hold their feet to the fire for every rate rise and inflation number from here on in. So you now got to own it. And I think Labor, they understand that. They may not like it, but that's the sort of reality they'll be dealing with.
And then it gets to things such as the next policy battle, same job, same pay, which sounds fine and logical, but sometimes beneath the surface it gets a bit trickier. So what's the issue here that business is raising, and is it a legitimate one?
Well, same job, same pay is basically aims to get rid of Labourhire, right? So, and Labourhire is very popular in the mines, in the airlines, in retail. So if you need an extra workforce or something, rather than take people on full time, you go to a Labourhire firm and they supply the workers. So what you often have is people doing the same job being paid different rates. Now, that's just how it always has been with Labourhire, but the unions have long wanted to get rid of it. Labor's committed to this same job, same pay, but it's enormously complicated to try and do it because often people working for a Labourhire firm are on completely different EBAs and so forth. You can't just tear up agreements and stuff.
They've done their own EBA.
Yeah, it's really complicated.
And it's through the economy is the point. Yeah. There's all these contracts and they're all used, and to change that instantly is difficult.
It's very difficult. And BHP has come out today, and they've said this will cost their operations about $1.3 billion a year in lost earnings. They say, their complaint is Labourhire was framed as getting rid of exploitation of workers, but the proposed legislation goes well beyond that. It targets the legitimate use of Labourhire, and you find the retailers are submitting that it's going to push their prices up. The airlines will be saying similar. So this strikes me, Tom, as the issue upon which business is going to stand and fight. They got sort of hoodwinked at the job summit last year, but had to cop that on multi-employer bargaining and so forth, but they're going to dig in here. And I think, again, it goes back to what we were saying at the start. Honeymoon's over, people are going to now start pushing back a bit at the government.
So if the theory was that everyone working on a particular job, if they got the same take-home pay, if an employer wanted to go Labourhire because it's easier to find, that's fine. They pay the extra amount to the Labourhire firm.
Yeah,
that's the theory.
Contract them, basically.
In reality, it washes through the economy so much, there are separate deals done, that even if you could get to that outcome one day, the change is the hardest bit as well.
Yeah. It is. And it's just, look, businesses do it because it's cheaper, right? And it's more flexible. Right? Unions think it's a form of exploitation.
And businesses don't have to go through the hiring and all that sort of process.
And the unions argue, and these things in industrial relations, it's always a balance, right?
Yeah.
And clearly there's been exploitation of it, but it's not all exploitative. And it's used legitimately. What business is saying is the legitimate use is going to be wiped out as well. It's going to drive up wages. You can have wage rises not linked to productivity. It's going to have flow-through effects on the whole economy. Plus, it's going to hurt our biggest industries, which make all the money, like mining. So they're just going to have a fight.
Phil Coorey, thank you.
Welcome.